This is the first time I have spoken publicly about what you've done to my daughter and I. I have gracefully remained silent the last 2.5 years. 2.5 years of pain, shock, disbelief, PTSD, constant nightmares, and daily triggers. Trying to help my daughter heal when I'm not even healed myself.
Welcome back, Rare Talks. You already know where it is. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't, make sure you go over to the Spotify and check out the exclusive episodes we have on the Spotify. And today I'm joined by myself. We're reporting on this guy. Now, I don't usually do videos like this, but we have to call out the man them that are doing nastiness in the community. Now, you lot might not know who Brother Polight is, but Brother Polight is somebody that has been speaking for black people for numerous part of years. And I known him because he used to say wild statements to Muslims about Islam.
Can cultivate me in essence. Right. Now this is what I've realized, right. And this is why I say religion is no good for our people, the religions that our people are practicing, because it doesn't give homage to the woman that it used to worship. It doesn't get, hold on my brother, because y'all always making these dome-shaped buildings with the little nipple on top. And then we're going to turn around and say that y'all are not giving reverence to the woman. You know why it sounds absurd to say Muslims giving reverence to the woman? Because there's so much misogynistic practices taking place today in Islam that we couldn't even conceptualize how could we highly revere the female.
And it's funny how everything comes in a full circle against people. You know, he used to be objective to every religion, not believe in any God, nothing, and diss people's religion and say some outlandish statements. But it's funny that the statements that he used to make have come back to bite him. So Brother Polight yesterday, or was it today? I think it was yesterday or today, was sentenced to 7 years in prison for touching or soliciting or molesting a 14-year-old girl. Now, this case is very strange, and I'm going to play it to you lot so you lot can see it for yourself. We're going to read what happened, why he was arrested, and we're going to go through all the details of this case, you know. So in Miami Beach Times, a social media influencer has been charged with sexual battery of a 14-year-old girl. Polight's real name is Michael Noak Jr., also known as Brother Polight. He surrendered to police on Monday for alleged sexual battery of a 14-year-old girl in a hotel room in February. The alleged victim is the daughter of a woman Noak, 37, was romantically linked to, according to police. Defense attorney David Tara says his client is innocent. Funny. He said his client was innocent. This was in 2021. But he took a plea deal. Any man that takes a plea deal, you're guilty. Because what you knew, this is what a plea deal means in the streets, into every man out there. When you take a plea deal, it's because the evidence is so overwhelming, you don't want to go to court to embarrass yourself and get more years. So you take a plea deal to get less bird. But you know you've done something wrong, but you still don't want to go for the 400. That's what a plea deal is. Once the evidence is produced, he's going to be exonerated, Tara said. So yeah, not guilty, nothing else. According to the police report, Noak, who is a motivational speaker and an author and lives in Los Angeles, asked the woman if he could take her daughter to an after party at a club in Miami. I always get on to women that are single mothers and women that don't have any support. It's not because I hate single mothers. Let's make this clear. This woman was a vulnerable woman. But why the hell would you leave your 14-year-old daughter with a man so they can go out together? What kind of weird behavior is that? That's weird, isn't it? The report states Noak took the teen to his hotel after seeing that the club was closed. The report says the suspect gave the teen alcohol and started dancing and touching the teen inappropriately, groping her breasts, inner thighs and buttocks. It goes on to say Noak tried to force the teen to perform oral sex on him. The teen allegedly passed out and woke up to Noak trying to make her throw up, the report said. These are serious allegations, but in any situation, there is always a motive, Tara said. There's always a lot behind the scenes that the public is not going to be able to see. The report states that the girl's mother found her intoxicated and possibly on drugs with severe swelling on her mouth and lips. It later states Noak told the mother not to call police because it would ruin his career. Noak was served with a DNA warrant in June and surrendered to police on Monday. Tara says the police report is only an allegation. Well, it's not just an allegation right now because there's so many things to delve into this right now. Number one thing that we're going to go through is that women, be careful who you're being with and who you're bringing around your children. Don't bring any man. Know the man for a couple years and see how he moves. Watch him indiscriminately, because know that them girls are precious and they don't deserve to be molested or forced or drugged, to be coerced into things with older men that you're around. And second of all, women, start believing your children. It doesn't seem like the mother never, so I'm not going to say the mother never, but I'm just saying, man, women, start believing your children, man. You know what I'm saying? That allegation is a serious allegation. True or not, get the man out of the yard. Truth or not, just get the man out of the yard. Do you see what I'm saying? And if you raise your child to be so bad that they make up lies that disgusting, it's mad for you. But just get the man out of the yard. That's number one. Remove the problem and call the police and get a police report done. In other reports, that brother Polight's semen was found on the girl after the mother took her to the emergency room. His elder, Dwight D. York, also known as Malachi Z. York, was arrested and pleaded guilty to sexual abusing the children of his followers in 2002, sentenced to 135 years. So, and this is going to sound really bad what I'm about to say, but these guys that say that they're for the black people and they're for black empowerment and this and that and they're Pan-Africans, some of these guys are weirdos. Some of these guys are actually weirdos. And brother Polight, you know what? I'll be honest. From the day I first saw him, look at this picture. Look at this picture. Does he look normal to you? From the day I first saw him talking on interview, talking bad about Islam, I knew there's something wrong with this guy. Whenever I hear people cussing Islam, I know there's something wrong with them. Now, this guy's made wild statements in general, but to touch your ex-woman's child is probably the worst thing you could have ever done. That's the worst thing you could have ever done. And the reason why I say that is because she was 14 years old. So you meant to be taking care of her, not trying to take advantage of her. And there's a lot of older men out there that see younger women and want to take advantage of them. You men are predators and you know what you deserve. This. But we're gonna sophisticately break this down. Put him in the position to take advantage of that little girl. It was the mother. Now we have to talk about this. A lot of women are putting their children in compromising positions by them being lonely and needing company. Now, a lot of these guys that you see online, don't let them spend time around your children. Any man, to any woman out there, any man that's like, oh, I want to spend time with you and your children, I get to know your children, run. Any man that you meet and in the first month he says, I'll take care of you and your children, run. Because what is his real intentions? He might have been preying her for years. We don't know about this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is weirdo behavior. I don't rate weirdo behavior. And the fact that he's in our community and a spokesperson is even wilder. Like, wow. You know what I'm saying? But we have to call out these men for their nastiness, because you can't be touching a little girl and you got a big woman right next to you. And the funny thing is, in Miami, and not to sound very endearing, but Miami's got some bad bees, bro. There's some bad bees up in Miami, bro. You touching 14-year-old girls, you a sick guy. There is some bad bees up in Miami, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm going to go Miami and see the bad bees and want to do anything, but I'm just saying, if there was any place that you was in the world where there's some sexy girls, it's Miami. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why he had to go out his way to go and do that. That was doing too much. But my whole point of what I'm trying to say is, women, please, man, please. Like, be careful with your children. I know you want to get into relationships and that, but take your time when it comes to bringing men around your children, especially when your children are growing up and, you know, they're growing up, they're just getting into their body, they're just getting into their shapes, and you're bringing these weird guys that are preeing little girls. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful, ladies, man. Just be very careful who you bring around your children. And 7 years wasn't good enough for him, personally. I think he should have got about... Because he pre-planned it. About, oh, let's go to the club. Oh, do you want to come back to my hotel? Then starts dancing with a little girl and groping her. You're a weird man, bro. You don't deserve 7 years. You deserve at least 20 to 30. You got a plea deal anyway, but nah, man. He deserves it. He deserves a big bird, man. I ain't gonna lie. He said the charges were dropped. Charges were never dropped. All right, so on his posts, on Instagram, all those sex charges have been dropped. Lies from the effing beginning. Look at the update tomorrow. Hashtag talk to me nice. Bittersweet. Them lawsuits fin to be litty. Right, and the mother of the children, she talks up.
It should say victim and then in parentheses Noah. No, sorry. You see it when it says victim no?
Okay, yes, 1 second. All right, you may unmute, ma'am.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. All right, so what I'd like you to do is, well, you don't want to give your name, so at this point, just go ahead and you can give us an impact statement. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Michael Nowak. This is the first time I have spoken publicly about what you've done to my daughter and I. I have gracefully remained silent the last 2.5 years. 2.5 years of pain, shock, disbelief, PTSD, constant nightmares, and daily triggers. Trying to help my daughter heal when I'm not even healed myself. What you have done to my daughter, myself, and my entire family is inexcusable. You hurt us all. You made me believe that you were such a great man and you could do no wrong. You made me fully trust you, and for that, my daughter trusted you too. But the truth is, you're a monster. A demon. The very first time that I allowed you to be alone with my daughter, the very first time, and you couldn't even help yourself.
Damn.
You told me you was gonna be right back. You were going downstairs. You were gonna grab food and take vacation pictures. You told me that you wanted to have a one-on-one talk with her about loving and respecting me as a great mother that I was and am. And I actually believed you. I believed that you were going to bring her right back.
Wow. Wow. I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked. That was disgusting. I can't even believe what my ears just heard. That is mad. That is mad. So the mother, all right, so I take back a lot of things I said before. The mother didn't just let her go out. She was fooled by him because that was the first time he's ever been alone with a little girl and he tried to molest her. That means that this guy is a known predator and needs to be on whatever register list they have in America. And I'm not going to lie, in jail, he's finished. He's finished. We need this to go viral. Everybody, let's get them likes up to over 1,000 on this video because, boy, we are not standing with no man that's trying to molest somebody's children. We're not standing with no man that is trying to molest people's children. We're not standing with no man that goes into people's family, builds trust with a woman, builds trust with a daughter, and in the same breath, you're downstairs saying that you're going to have a conversation with her and you're taking her to a hotel room to drug her and to make her drink alcohol and try to get fellatio off a little girl. You're a sick man. You're a sick man. These are the guys that need to be exposed. And the fact that he pleaded guilty shows that he's actually guilty. You know the one, like, you know, there's no comeback. Like, oh, she's trying to set me up. That woman, and you know what? I'm not the best judge of characters, and sometimes I might get it wrong. But I'm telling you, that woman sounded distraught. She sounded like that was from the heart. I'm not gonna lie. If that was acting, she deserves an Oscar, bro. She sounded hurt, bro. She sounded hurt. Because you know what, yeah? I can imagine how she feels as a mother. Like, she's thinking like, bro, like, I trusted you. And this is what you done to me. Like, she could never leave a man around her child again. And her child's probably blaming her. Like, Mum, look what you made happen to me. And the family's probably onto her as well. You're a sick man doing all of this sick stuff, man. Yeah, man. these guys, man, we need to get them. We need to get them gone, man. Like prayers to the family, man. You know, y'all make the family heal. You know, the mother and the daughter from these sick individuals. I don't think the mum's even gonna get into another relationship. She's gonna find it hard to trust men. You know, it's a broken woman going into society, and that daughter's gonna be hurt as well. She's gonna think all men are after one thing because of what this guy done, built trust and then tried to do her dirty. Powerful, man. That was powerful, man. That broke my heart, bro. That broke my heart. But yeah, people, man. Women, just be careful who you bring around your children, who you let your children spend time with. And as for the men out there as well, this is also to men. If you in your heart know that you're not gonna love that woman and her children, then don't get with her. And I'm not talking about love like this. I'm talking about love where you want to protect. See, there's some men, this guy is a bad example, but there's some men out there that genuinely love their woman that you get with children. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. And they don't want to do weird stuff with them. They just want to protect and take care of them. So big up to those guys, because we don't big them up enough. Big up to those guys that do that. And it's very rare that you hear Rare Talk speaking like this. But yeah, man, big up to those guys that don't try and take advantage of little girls when they're 14 years old. Weirdo. But anyway, man, what we can learn from Brother Polight is just because somebody speaks very well doesn't make them a good person. What we also can learn from this story is be careful, women that have children, leaving your children around men you just met. What we can also learn from this story is that social media is a fraud and don't take anything serious. What we can also learn from this is that a man who talks about he doesn't believe in this God or that God and he's his own God, because I'm pretty sure I heard Brother Polight say that I'm God. So see a man that has the God complex, he thinks that he can get away with anything. And that's what he probably thought. He probably thought he was going to get away with this. He said to the woman, instead of actually seeking justice, man said to the woman, oh, please don't call police. It's going to ruin my career. Ruin your career. You just tried to ruin my daughter's life. And you tried to ruin mine. Like, what the hell career? You ain't got no career, big man. You're going to jail, big man. You talking about career. You're done out. This is wild, bro. And protect the children, man. Any means necessary, man. Protect the children. Red Talks were out for another episode. People stay aware, be aware, protect the children at all means necessary.